Spiritual Psychiatry. Spiritual psychiatry is probably or would probably be a modern or postmodern specialized course in psychiatry or a medical branch. The word psychiatry means healer of the soul, but nowhere in the current medical texts there has been a description of soul or spirit or spirituality. After alienating from religion and spirituality for centuries, psychiatrists and neurologists have started to focus on its healthcare benefits. In the last couple of decades, there has been an outburst of scientific research in this field, and this has evidently led to the introduction of spirituality into the biopsychosocial model of healthcare. Benefits of spiritual care may be of different types for different people. Spiritual care as such may mean different for different individuals. For some, it may provide positive and hopeful state of mind while facing hard medical outcomes such as heart attacks or strokes, and for yet others it may be a help in coping with an enduring painful course of a medical illness. That would be cancer or some incurable diseases. Faith plays a great role in our religion and spiritual life, and hence the same faith plays a major role in spiritual care as well. Once we have spiritual care as a specialized branch of medicine, we cannot get rid of faith just by shifting the spiritual focus into the realm of medicine. Faith does play even when we approach a doctor. We do keep our special doctors, and when we visit hospitals, we do want to be seen by a particular doctor whom we like. Many people in different various cultures around the globe call it as a healing touch. They would say this particular doctor has a good healing hand and things like that. That's nothing but faith. Anyways, coming back, what would be a job of a spiritual psychiatrist? For a spiritual care provider, the job is to help patients in finding the meaning and purpose in their pain and suffering during the illnesses. It also helps them reconcile to the life they have lived through and help them with the end of life and afterlife issues. At this point, in such situations, we have to help patients, help them get rid of or go over their guilt or various other negative emotions and prepare them for the afterlife or end of life issues. In a way, thus we are actually looking towards helping patients feel that they are fit for being saved. This word saved is a Christian term. An equivalent term in Eastern religions would be nirvana or moksha or something like that. So helping patients reconciling through their past activities in their life is one very important goal of a spiritual care provider or spiritual psychiatrist as well. Since we live in a pluralistic society with our patients hailing from diverse religious or cultural backgrounds, our job becomes more challenging. Here is what is more interesting for me as a Hindu giving care for a Muslim or a Christian patient, or being a Jewish and treating a Christian, or being a Christian and treating a Jewish, or any such combinations is much more challenging. A patient would ask us about how do I feel saved as a person from a different religious belief as the patient would be. So this is a very tough situation, and it's very challenging. That's where we need to get trained very thoroughly in various religious scriptures. Okay, that's how we prepare ourselves. So in preparing for this job as a spiritual psychiatrist, we need to have an in-depth knowledge of our own religious or spiritual theology. This is essential. At the same time, knowledge of other theologies is also a must for us. More so, our understanding of these scriptures or theologies has to be from a scientific perspective. We have to take a lead in this, in guiding the spiritual leaders. Spiritual leaders, religious leaders, would become something similar to psychologists as a complementing psychiatrist. So a religious leader, a priest or a pastor or a rabbi or a maulvi, they would become our partners or companions or to complement our job with the patients. So we cannot give up our scientific perspective. We are very well aware that our scientific knowledge in the fields of religion and spirituality is very rudimentary. We are still in a very nascent stage. We still have to evolve, but the path the scientific community has taken is definitely the path, and we cannot give up that path. If we give up, then we are in trouble with blind faiths and whatnot. So we cannot give up our scientific path. At the same time, we have to learn the spiritual skills. One of the most important of the spiritual skills is the experiential aspect. As we go deeper into this subject, we will understand the difference between these, the experiential aspect and a very objective observation of a scientific mind. We need to get into the subjective understanding of feelings and feelings of emotions. In a way, I would say we have to graduate from a level of insight, say intellectual insight, to emotional insight level of our own understanding as a psychiatrist. And so the merger of scientific and spiritual knowledge can occur through an experiential process alone. This combined neuropsychiatric knowledge and experiential skills will be the required tool for a spiritual psychiatrist in making. So we would like to have all different religious or cultural theologies, and together with the scientific bent of mind and thinking, we would be able to provide the much needed spiritual care. And that for me is the spiritual psychiatry. And as we go through this video lessons, I would be taking you through various theological scriptures, theologies and scriptures, in the process we will try to gain as much as I would learn as much as I can, and probably I will be able to help in leading some of us around interested in the same path. So that's it for now. I would start from Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu scripture, and that's my basic religious background, and once I am done with that, I will move on to other religious scriptures, and this is my path, and I hope I will be able to do a good job. Thank you so much.